What's up? Got some Mexican style 4-cheese blend for our nachos. We got some Cape Cod kettle cooked potato chips. %40 less fat, nothing added. Original, made with sea salts. Okay, they're made with less fat, so they're not going to be as fun and tasty. But for the cheese, we got Lucraine family-sized Mexican-style 4-cheese. Here are our nachos. I added a sprinkle of Cape Cod chips, added a sprinkle of cheese, and repeated, yes please. Those Cape Cod chips, they're alright. Now 40% less fat. They're not as tasty as they could be. They definitely have that could be tastier with more fat kind of vibe going. But as far as making nachos with these potato chips, YouTube. Nacho bowl. Yeah, I done made nachos with these Cape Cod potato chips. 40% less fat, and this Mexican style 4-cheese blend. Now, Cape Cod kettle cooked potato chips, I have not tried until tonight, until right now. I'm not just saying this, but with 40% less fats and nothing added, these are pretty tasty snackable crisps. You might think, oh, 40% less fat. They're probably going to taste horrible. These actually aren't half bad for being on the healthier side of things. Although we made them a tad bit unhealthy. But melting some cheese, oh. Oh yeah. But we don't care if these Cape Cod 40% less fat, nothing added, kettle cooked potato chips taste good. How them nachos taste. Because I didn't just add the Cape Cod 40% less fat added kettle cooked potato chips. They wouldn't be nachos without some delicious cheese. So I got some Mexican style 4-cheese blend from the Lucraine company. I like this company. I've fucked with them on my channel before. Do like a sprinkle of those Cape Cod potato chips, then a sprinkle of the cheese, and then repeat. And you got this giant plate of deliciously layered cheese and chips, all that goodness. These kettle cooked chips are delicious. I'm not just saying that. You know, they definitely taste 40% less fat, nothing added, kind of thing. They definitely taste reduced, but the chips were given to me by a fan, so I'm not complaining. People are like, could you make nachos or recipes with less fat in them? Could you make more health conscious recipes, Cobra? That was a message that I got. Could you make food that's healthier for a diet lifestyle? I'm saying, where's your body positivity? You like food, so enjoy it. Oh, that cheese pull is so where it's at. Oh, look at that, sexy. Yes. Mm. Mm. However, if you're trying to live a health-conscious diet and you see King Cobra JFS eating these disgustingly unhealthy nachos, but wait a minute, he made the nachos with some health-conscious chips, 40% less fat, nothing added, from Cape Cod. These are kettle-cooked potato chips. As long as you're not like 800 pounds, morbidly obese, I wouldn't worry about it personally. It's food, it's supposed to be delicious. Who cares what anyone thinks what you look like? But I totally get it. Mm. Mm. Making nachos with potato chips. I'm liking this. Mm. Let's say you love nachos, but you're trying to live a health-conscious dietary lifestyle. Can you still make delicious nachos with, you know, chips that have been reduced? Yeah. Cape Cod kettle-cooked potato chips, 40% less fats, nothing added, other than the leading brand of potato chips. I don't know, ladies might have something to say about that. But can you make delicious nachos using chips that are more on the healthy side? Yes, you can. I say, because nobody wants to, right? You live in a society that's all about body positivity, but at the same time, they're telling you to lose weight because you're fat and disgusting. So you're being sent mixed messages here. That if you want to make delicious nachos, they got to be unhealthy and disgusting. And it's like, no, they don't. No, they don't. You too. I tried the Cape Cod kettle cooked potato chips with 40% less fat, original sea salt that you, like I've been advertising the whole video. Not half bad. For a potato chip that has 40% less of all the good stuff that makes it a potato chip, not bad. People live in a health conscious society, so I totally get it. Food is delicious, but if you're trying to lose weight and still enjoy the food you like, if nachos are one of those foods, I'm telling you right now, you can make delicious nachos. You can make delicious nachos with like crisps or chips that are reduced fat. Because nobody wants to eat reduced fat anything. It just sounds miserable and unfun and unfull of flavor, you know? But can you make nachos using Cape Cod, 40% less fat, nothing added, kettle cooked potato chips, original sea salt? The answer is yes, you can make nachos out of these delicious chips. My fans are messaging me like, hey, Cobra, it's the new year. Me and my wife are trying to get in shape. Do you have any recipes? I don't have any recipes, but I can try other snacks that are like healthier, I guess. Air quotations. See how they do. But you know me, YouTube. I encourage my fans. Long as you ain't a sicko, I don't give a shit. Do what the fuck you want outside of that, you know. Fuck sickos and fuck racism, fuck sexism. I've never made nachos with potato chips, but that's pretty tasty, dude. I fuck with it. You think, the first thing you think when you see the bag of the Cape Cod, 40% less fat, you think, oh God, diet food. You know. Hold up. First thing you think is, oh God, diet food. I'm not fat. People just need to get over themselves and stop body shaming me. Yeah. Okay. Do it for yourself. Now, I struggle with body image issues and thinking I'm not sexy enough, like physically. So anybody who struggles with body image issues, I know the feeling. In a society that loves to preach body positivity, but at the same time, they're still telling you you're too fat. That's what I've noticed. Can you make nachos with health-conscious potato chips? The answer is yes. These are delicious. If you hadn't told me that the Cape Cod potato chips used in these had 40% less fats, I would say you're full of shit. Really, there are two things at play. One, people can be more conscious about their bodies. And two, you know, food shouldn't have to be 40% less fats or 80% less sugar for you to exercise some self-control. You know, which is hard to do. Oop. Which, believe me, I get it. That's, hold up. There we are. Ah! Fucking phone, dude. There we go. Which, believe me, I get that. It can be hard to do, you know. I've been there myself. There have been times that I bought alcohol and I wanted to drink it or have a drink. But I said to myself, no, wait till 5 o'clock. And I've done that. And I've proven to myself that I can do that. Excuse me. So there's that. But can kettle-cooked potato chips make delicious nachos? I don't know, YouTube. I'll have to get another bite of these. Yes. Yes, they can make nachos. Can kettle-cooked potato chips make delicious nachos, even if the chips themselves are 40% less fat? Wah, boo-hoo, what fun is that? Fattening foods can be fun and delicious, but really it's just about self-control. And I know I'm one to talk with my alcohol addiction, so I want to shut up while I'm ahead. But people have addictions to food, you know? And it's easy to see why, because with some of the delicious food that I've made, I totally get it. Like, you don't want to fucking become an alcoholic, and you don't want to drink all the time and have people be like, oh, there goes the alcoholic. So you justify it by saying, hey, I want to eat a shit ton of food. And that's fucked. If it's a drug or an alcohol addiction, people look at you like, well, you see, you have a problem. Some good nachos, man. These Cape Cod original sea salt potato chips. They're actually really tasty. They're extremely tasty. I don't care if it's 40% less fat or not. These potato chips, they make for a really tasty nacho. Like, you might have some of the potato chips that I forgot to sprinkle in the mass. Okay, potato chip nachos. Yeah. So worth it. You get a plate, sprinkle it with your potato chips, hit that first layer of potato chips with your shredded cheese, and then you repeat until you get like a nice healthy plate of cheese and chips. Hit it in the microwave until all that cheese is ooey gooey. Cheese me, please me, tease me, yes please. And once you got your cheese at the right temperature and it's all gooey, all the chips are stuck together, you've made nachos. Now, the reason why I like doing my nachos where it's like first layer of chips, then cheese, then repeat the layers, is so that when I'm eating my nachos, every layer of chips has something. You get through like the top layer of nachos and there's like no cheese on the bottom, it's just chips. If you can reduce that, you'll have better nachos. Now, we live in a health-conscious society. We do. Now, once I had this plate of nachos made, I stuck it in the microwave for 2 minutes and 34 seconds. And that was just enough to melt all the cheese on top. Make it ooey gooey, please me, tease me, yes please. These nachos, YouTube. Oh, excuse me. Grab a glass of water to wash these nachos down. No, excuse me. The only thing that was used in the nachos as far as like health conscious were these Cape Cod kettle cooked potato chips with 40% less fats. Nothing else added. Original sea salt. And I gotta say, YouTube, absolutely delicious. And for our nacho cheese, not on our nachos, we got some Luke Crane Dairy Farms since 1904. Family size bag of Mexican style 4-cheese blend. Not a sponsor. It's the same cheese that I used on my deep fried barbecue wings. Now I do have a splash of gin left, but I may or may not drink it tonight. It's the gin I used in my last drink combo with the Monster. But we live in a health conscious society that's just like, it's okay if you're fat. And then as soon as you're fat, it's like, lose some weight, you fat fuck. And it's like, okay, mixed messages. But just because you're trying to eat more health conscious doesn't mean you gotta be miserable about it. Okay, for being 40% less fat, nothing added than the leading brand of potato chips. Right here, Cape Cod, not a sponsor. The original non-GMO, original made with salts. These are tasty. These are snackable, they're tasty, they're poppable, they got just enough salts to crave that craving. And now when you make nachos, you're not going to be able to get every freaking layer of chips, as you can see right here. But when I make my nachos, I do as many as I can. So that when you get down to the bottom of your nachos, the only thing you have left is a small, very tiny handful of chips. Like, this to me is a good plate of nachos, because if you get down to the bottom of your nachos and you've only got a very small, tiny amount of chips right here, which are not covered in cheese, like this chunk right here. You see what I'm saying, YouTube? But that's just my personal opinion. Anyways, I'll catch you later.